Hello, my name is Lance Elliott, and I plan to speak to you today to talk about Ronald Reagan's speech to the American people on the Challenger tragedy. The tragedy of the Challenger occurred in 1986 during NASA's 25th space launch. This launch was broadcast all across America and was considered a very big deal at the time. Unfortunately, the launch ended in disaster when the Challenger, 20 or to 30 seconds into flight, blew up in flames and killing everyone on board. This happened only moments before Ronald Reagan was to give his speech of the State of the Union. However, after hearing about this, just moments before again, he postponed his speech to give a different speech to address the American people on what they just saw on TV and the people who were there watching the launch in person. Where Ronald Reagan, in this short time, was able to build a speech to convey to the American people mourning and respect for the crew members that died, and respect for everyone in NASA who worked on this mission, but to also try and push America forward, telling them that nothing was going to end here, but he conveyed in a pathos or emotion to appeal to the American emotion that the Challenger crew were pushing us into the future, and he was comparing them using metaphors to people like Sir Francis Drake and his great exploration of the frontiers of the ocean. What the crew was doing was pulling us into the future by exploring the frontiers of space, and that we're going to continue to do that, not only to honor them, but to move mankind forward. Now, I'm going to read 2 minutes of the speech to you, but I memorized all of it, so if you're interested, I'll post a link down below of me saying the whole speech. And ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I plan to speak to you tonight to report on the State of the Union, but the events of earlier today has led me to change those plans. Today is a day of mourning and remembering. Nancy and I are pained to the core by the tragedy of the Shuttle Challenger. We share this pain with all the people of our country. This is truly a national loss. 19 years ago, almost to the day, we lost 3 astronauts in a terrible accident on the ground. But we never lost an astronaut in flight. We never had a tragedy like this. And perhaps we've forgotten the courage it took the crew of the shuttle. But they, the Challenger 7, were aware of the dangers, but overcame them and did their jobs brilliantly. We mourn 7 heroes: Michael Smith, Dick Scooby, Judith Resnick, Ronald McNair, Ellison Onizuka, Gregory Jarvis, and Krista McAuliffe. We mourn their loss as a nation together. We've grown used to wonders in this century. It's hard to dazzle us, but for 25 years the United States space program has been doing just that. We've grown used to the idea in space, and perhaps we've forgotten that we've only just begun. We're still pioneers. The members of this Challenger crew, were pioneers. I want to say something to the school children of America who are watching the live coverage of the shuttle's takeoff. I know it's hard to understand, but sometimes painful things like this happen. It's all part of the process of exploration and discovery. It's all part of taking a chance and expanding man's horizons. The future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave. The Challenger crew were pulling us into the future, and will continue to follow them. I've always had great faith and respect for our space program, and what happened today does nothing to diminish it. We don't hide our space program. We don't keep secrets and cover things up. We do it all up front and in public. That's the way freedom is, and we wouldn't change it for a minute. Thank you.